Hi everyone, here's a bird bath I just made out of glass that I bought at Thrift Stores. It's kind of a Mexican style. I found these plates and I came up with this theme that I thought would look nice with the matching colors. I used bowls and candlesticks and vases, and I thought this looked really nice. So I'm going to show you how I made this. So today I'm going to make a bird bath using these items that I bought at thrift stores. I really love these dishes. It's kind of a Spanish or Mexican style pattern, and I thought that would look really pretty on a bird bath. So I'm using red color and gold to make this. So I've got this, it's kind of a lead, I think this is a lead crystal because it's very heavy. And I've got 4 dishes, 2 large and 2 medium size. And I've got this red vase. I'm not sure what this is because it's got a hole in it, but I think that's crystal too. It's very heavy. Clear pie plate, a little bowl or candy dish, candle holder, and a clear plate, and 2 gems. Alright, so I'm going to get started. Okay, so the first thing I did is I drilled holes in one of these plates. I put 3 holes in it because I'm going to put this pie plate on the top like this and glue it together for the water. And when I seal it in, it can get condensation between the pie plate and the plate. So it helps to have holes in it so any condensation can drain out. So that first. Now the glues I'm going to use, since some of these pieces are really heavy, like this is really heavy, so instead of using just E6000, which I usually use, I'm also going to use JB Weld epoxy. I have JB Weld clear, and I also use the JB Weld, it's a gray color and it's steel reinforced, so it's really strong, but it is gray, so I can only have it in spots that won't show. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the base together. I usually use a heavy plate for the base. I'm just going to use one of these and flip it over so it'll match or be the same color. So that's going to be the base. And I'm going to glue this piece onto here for the very bottom. And this is where I'm going to use that gray JB Weld epoxy on the bottom because you won't be able to see it. And I need that to be really strong because that's heavy. So I'm going to mix this up. Yeah, one thing I was going to mention about the epoxy too, I like JB Weld because it has this twist cap on the top. The Gorilla Glue doesn't have this twist top, it just has a push-in top, and this one is a lot better, I think. So, and JB Weld seems like it's a little bit stronger, so that's why I use it. So, it comes out black and gray. Mix it up. Just put in as much as I need, not the whole tube. I'm just going to pour this bottom. So this, the gray steel reinforced epoxy takes, I think, about 6 to 8 hours to dry, whereas the clear epoxy dries, you know, within 5 minutes. So that's another thing to think about. I usually let this dry overnight before I move it. What I'm going to do now is glue this onto here. This is going to be like a platform. That's why I'm putting a plate in between. And then this is going to go on top of here. I may be able to glue them all right now. I'll see how it sticks. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use clear epoxy on this one too. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be surface to surface, but it looks like it's touching. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on here real quick too. While I have this epoxy here before it dries. Slippery. I'll probably have to hold it in place until it tacks up. Alright, I'm going to use clear epoxy again, and I'm going to glue this onto here, like that. So I'll do that right now. Perfect. That's just enough. Okay, so this is the plate that is going to have the pie plate on top of it with the water. It says the holes in it. So this is going to go underneath it like this. But it's easier to glue it upside down. So I'm going to do it like this, just to make sure it's centered. So I'll glue it like that, using epoxy. It has just a tiny rim, so I have to be careful. So I'm going to flip it over right away and then add some extra epoxy around the edge there. I'll just kind of drizzle it on here. That should be enough. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I need to let these pieces dry before I put the rest together. So, that's what I have so far. Alright. This is all dried overnight, so everything is on here nice and tight. That epoxy works great. I think the glass would break before the epoxy would break. It's really strong. So I'm going to go ahead and start with gluing this plate onto here like that. And then after I put the epoxy on there, I'm going to put a level on it. Like this. I'm going to put it on another flat surface because I don't know if this table is straight. And then make sure this is level because it slides around a little bit. And this needs to be straight for the rest of it to stand up straight. So. Okay, this is on here nice and tight. So this is going to go like this, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the pie plate on top of here like that. And I'm going to use E6000 for this because it'll help seal all the edges too. And then of course it has those drain holes if there's any condensation between the two plates. So E6000. Yeah, that fits perfectly in the center. Looks good. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. This is going to go on top of here like this. And I'm going to use epoxy just because everything is really heavy. And I'm going to put a couple of gems. There's a hole in here. So I always try to put marbles or gems in there to give it a little color. Oops. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of epoxy. Centered. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a little bit for about 10 minutes, and then I'll see if I can put the rest together. I'll let that dry for probably 30 minutes, so it's dry enough where I can put another piece on top of here. So this is really heavy. It's probably lead crystal, and I'm going to glue this onto here, and then I'll probably let that all dry overnight before I put this piece on top of here. So I'm going to use epoxy again, and then after I put epoxy I'll probably put E6000 around the edge here just to seal it in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Since I have epoxy left, I'm going to go ahead and pour that around the edges here. Okay, I let these pieces dry overnight, and I'm gonna put the final two together. This is gonna go on top of here like this. And since this needs to be really strong, a strong seal, I'm gonna use the JB Weld steel reinforced epoxy because you can't see it anyway. So I'm gonna put that on here. Okay, to show you. Yeah, you can't see it and it's gray, but it'll hold up really well because that steel reinforced epoxy is really strong. It takes about 6 hours to dry, so I'll leave it out here overnight. And here it is finished. Have it out in my garden. I think it looks really pretty out here. I'm also thinking this would be good as a plant stand. I could put a hanging plant on here and actually put it on my porch or put it inside. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. It looks nice out here though. But thank you all for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Bye-bye.